morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Brent McGrath and I'm the host of Talks and Discussions, What Matters and What Doesn't Matter. And today we have a special guest. His name is Jerónimo Celis. He is the owner and operator of Promo Select. How you doing, Jerónimo?
Pretty good, Brent. Thanks for the invitation.
No problem. That's what we're here for. My first question is, how did this business come about?
Well, it's an interesting question. I didn't picture myself or dream myself selling pens to businesses to enterprises.
Right.
No, I'm kidding. But it all began due to my partner, who is actually my cousin. He at a business project in school. He was in high school at that time. He was like 17. Okay. One day he came with me. At that time I was working in a multi-level company. How do you say that? Like a
multi-level, sure.
Yeah, a multi-level company, which didn't work for me at that time. But he came and he arrived like, hey cousin, I have a new business. He was like 16 years old and I was like, how can we have a business? I sell products to companies with their logo printed, and he arrived with a catalog with 300 pages. Mm-hmm. And I was like, how can he is doing, right? So he invited me, and at that time it was like a good season, because in the promotional product market there are seasons, and it was October, November and December, and those dates the companies buy products to give to clients, like corporate gifts. Mm-hmm. Or maybe gifts to their co-workings or to the collaborators. Right. They gave stuff. So at that time we made like, I don't know, $3,000 in those 3 months, and we were like, hey, that's pretty nice. Like, right. There is a market in here, right? Yes. So that's when we began, and we always focused on. We detect in the industry that there were some lacks. Like we spotted some opportunities that we can offer more stuff or good stuff, rather than compete with price. Mm-hmm. We could offer like quick response times and all that. So that's where when we spot a market and we began working.
Okay, so Promo Select is a company that sells pens, water bottles, different things with the company's logo on the bottle or on the product, correct?
Yeah, exactly. At the beginning, we focused on that. We like kind of trade or commercialize, mm-hmm. and we are in charge on the printing stuff and dealing with the client. So we have more than 25,000 products that we can apply the logo, and that was where we begin. But now we are focused on the development of products to big companies.
Okay. Can you walk us through how you set your business up?
Well, yeah, sure. I mean, at the beginning, we were just me and my cousin. We did all the work. We were my van or my truck. I had always got to the town center to print, to the workshops to print, and then we delivered to the clients, and we did all the work. We began at my house, in my mother's kitchen. That was our office.
Okay. So
we stayed like that way like 8 months or 9 months, when we realized, and we gathered clients with friends, family. Mm-hmm. You know, the 3 F's, right? Who began trusting in us: friends, family, and fools.
There you go. That's the best way to go.
Yeah, we still have clients that with us that began at that time. So that was 6 years ago, and we hired our first employee maybe eight months after we began.
Okay, that's neat.
And from then, we have grown into an organization of 23 person. Mm-hmm. We are 23 in the company, and we have learned a lot. We have ups and downs, but mostly thanks to God, I guess, they were all hills, like up the hill, but we were all always growing.
Well, that's good. Okay, so what lessons did you learn? And if you could go back again and do it, if you could give yourself advice when you were younger, what kind of advice would you give yourself?
Well, what advice? I'm always surrounded. I am a person who believes in advices. I mean, I've always asked for advice. That's actually one of my keys to success, I guess. To always ask for advice to the experts and take them, right? I mean, you always get like whatever you need, you use it, and what you don't use it. But so first of all, always surround with people who's better than you and dare to ask advice. Because many people don't ask advice because they think that, oh, I don't want them to know that I'm not doing well, or I don't know what kind of idea, but always ask for advice. And whenever you create a company, you have to, before you say that I have this product and I want to sell it, we have to focus on who is the market, like what is the community I want to aim, because nowadays the market is super competed. We are competing with Amazon. If you want to create something, you have to compete with Amazon or join into Amazon to have a product. Or if it's a service, how will you create value on that service? Because it's a really, I mean, if you begin doing the things right, and if you work good, you will have work, like you have clients and everything. But I realized through the years, because my sales or the sales of the company keep growing, right?
Yep.
But there was a moment that we realized that without margin, if you don't have margin, you won't be able to scale. So that's what coronavirus brought to us actually.
Okay.
This year we did a huge switch in the company because we grew and we have many clients and keep growing, but we realized that our margin it wasn't increasing. I mean, the utility is bigger, but the margin it wasn't. So whenever a big company doesn't buy us, we realize that the reason because we have grown, it was to 5 companies, for example, 5 big clients.
Okay.
So then we checked, why don't we just focus on those big clients, right? We detect that why don't our annual strategic goal is to have 10 or 20 big clients of the 500 top companies in Mexico. So that's what we are aiming right now. And we realized that we didn't have a team to be able to attack those companies because they require another stuff. That's why we growth, even though we have the coronavirus, we start incorporating more talent, more young talent that be able to create a marketing campaign to the company, a model, a creator of products. Right. Because now we create products to companies, to big companies, and we can import them and manufacture rather than just buy and sell and print, you know?
Right. That's neat. Jesus. You've thought of a lot of stuff there anyway. So you have lots of experience in 5 years or 6 years.
Well, yeah, I have experience and there's way more to learn.
That's true. I always ask this question because Jerónimo used to be in Toastmasters. So how has Toastmasters helped you in your business and actually in your life in general?
Well, that's a good question. When we began the company, I met Sergio Duarte, who was the one who invited me to Toastmaster, and it really helped me because I stammer. I stammer in Spanish or in English, but at that time I stammered a lot. So when I joined Toastmaster, it really built my confidence and I practiced my English because I haven't spoke English at that time a long time ago. So it really helped me to build my confidence, and whenever we have like talks to the employees, I feel secure when I am speaking. So that's how Toastmaster helped me, and also meet a lot of interesting people actually.
Usually when you can communicate, you do meet lots of people.
Yeah, it's important to communicate.
So are you the top salesman in your company?
No, I don't have to sell anymore. That's what we learned that 2 years ago. We realized that if you're leading a company, you have to lead it, not operate it. So So nowadays I focus on the design. I have to design where we are going. That's my main role, and try to delegate or like more of stuff I do. I like selling. I'm a really good salesman. I love selling, and sometimes I just pick the phone and try to give a follow up or something. But that's not my main role. I don't, because the company should be able to grow itself and sell itself without me doing the work.
That's true. That's true. Well, I can see that you've learned a lot. I mean, I've been in business now in Mexico. Well, I've been here for 20 some years, and I've been in business, I guess, the whole time. And there's a lot to learn in the Mexican market. It's not anything like the US, it's not anything like Canada. So if you're actually going to come down to Mexico and actually start a business, this guy you might want to talk to, because there's a lot of ins and outs that any foreigner needs to learn in order to do any kind of business here. But I'm really glad to have you today. Thank you very much for letting me come to your office and have a little time. And I'll put some information at the back of this video about what you do, and we'll see what happens.
All right, Brent. Thanks very much for this time.
Okay. Take care.
Take care.